Welcome 239 Uncensored, everything Southwest Florida and beyond. And we are shot out of a cannon today. Shannon comes in all fired up. The beautiful, lovely Shannon Livingston. I got to give it to you. You're wound up today.
I am.
Yeah.
Well, did you see what the weekend had in store for me?
I think I saw a picture of you with a bunch of candles in the background.
Well, that was Friday.
That was pretty exciting.
That's my new profile picture. No, I have a real life too. It's not all on Facebook, although part of this was on Facebook. No, I went out to accept my award.
Oh, yeah, of course I did see that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So now you are working with an award-winning co-host.
I am with an award-winning co-host, Shannon Livingston.
Not in the podcast world. I've won no awards for any of that.
That's coming.
Yeah, but awards another thing.
That's coming. So. That's on the way, without a doubt. An award-winning podcast is in your future. I can see that.
Diana, do we have pictures of me accepting that award?
Oh, I don't think
we don't.
We need to find those.
What kind of production team is this?
We should have had all that set up for you.
Really?
Yeah, that was I would say that'd be my error, but we could probably like scrounge something up. I don't know.
And so your weekend, did you accept any awards?
Actually, no, I did go to the Big Brothers, Big Sisters. They had a fundraiser at Porsche over on thank them big over on Davis Boulevard.
Porsche or Porsche?
Porsche, if you want to call it that. Whatever makes you happy. Porsche. Now,
was that just for the bigs and the littles, or just for the donors, or what was that?
Actually, it was a fundraiser, so it was really for the bigs, because we were having hors d'oeuvres and some wine and spirits and things like that. So this is probably not the best place to bring our littles hang out, but it was a combination of both. Yeah, they could serve. Yeah. Yeah, it's always funny. So I have a little guy, he's the best. We actually hung out yesterday. We went bowling, did a bunch of things, but it was a really nice event, really well put together. Had a great time. Stayed for about an hour or two, and we ended up going to Cosmos, and then we stopped by the cave, and it was great.
You made your rounds.
Yeah, we had fun. The crew we were with were really good, so we had a good weekend.
Good.
Yeah. And I really can't say I did a whole lot more than that. Other than I did hit the hot tub, but it was kind of cool outside. So I was like, I'm going to turn the hot tub on and go in there.
I went to Hooters yesterday.
What?
Yeah, it was a cultural event for me. My old producer came by. He's an introvert. He never left the radio studio. And so it's always strange to see him. Like, he's just a strange man. But anyway, so we went to Hooters, and it has changed a lot. There are all families there now.
Yeah.
The girls are, bless them. Some of them are attractive and, should really wear that uniform all over. And some of them not so much.
And they're really young. Because obviously I remember when I used to go there, I used to be younger and they weren't as young, but now they seem so young.
But didn't they all used to be way more attractive also?
Well, they're all cute girls. Shoot.
Are they?
Yeah, I think so.
Are they all cute?
I think so. Yeah.
As a former cute girl, I have to say, we can't just loosen up the standards and call everybody cute.
All the girls
that work for it, you got to earn it.
Well, it's
none of this is natural.
Somebody's daughter is there.
So if I can put it together and present it to the world, I feel like, these girls can try a little harder as well.
Yeah.
You don't have to be born with it.
They're all working. They're trying to get some money, and
I know that's why I'm not calling them out by name.
Yeah. They're doing good.
I'm just saying.
But I've been to Twin Peaks, been to Hooters, like them all. It was fun. The food is a lot different. The quality sucks, I think, at Hooters.
It's bar food. Yeah. Hooters is not that great, but that's where my friend wanted to.
No, it's fine. It's good to go, get a little change of pace. And I think they're putting in a Twin Peaks down by the mall. I saw a sign anyway.
Well, he also likes it because you can go the back road to Hooters from my house and not really have to take any main streets. So he's very introverted even in his driving.
You guys live next door to each other?
No, he lives in Bonita.
Oh, because you stopped by to say hello.
He came by to pick me up and go
to Hooters.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
I'm his only friend, and he's getting ready to leave town. It's a whole story.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
No, he's great. He's going on an adventure. He's liquidating everything. Yeah. He's buying a van, And
I think I'm going to do that.
He's driving out west. He's already done a recon mission to check it out and see what his options are and check out different cities and stuff. And so I told him to do like a video blog of it, because I think there are a lot of people like that are like, fuck this, I'm going to sell everything and just buy a van and go somewhere.
Yeah, DQ Dave Quimby's joining us. He just said, "Hey, hello." I called you like 3 times this weekend. I didn't hear him call back, but I know he's busy. I know he was busy with his future bride to be getting married at the end of the month. Dave. Can't wait to be up there, Dave. Good seeing you on here. But I know what you did this weekend. You probably went out looking for flowers, and you had to try to figure out what your final colors were for the tuxedo and all that good stuff.
I officiate weddings, by the way.
Oh, there you go. Shoot.
Yeah, I've done a few.
To drive you up there. But no, it was good. It was good times. Good weekend.
It was a good weekend. The weather was gorgeous.
Yeah.
If you didn't get outside, you missed out.
The weather was like, I think this might be our last weekend of, some cool weather.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
So I told everybody, I'm like, what do you mean the last weekend? Because it's going to be May coming right up, and that's where it starts raining. It gets hot again, and everybody goes back north.
But don't you love the afternoon showers?
I do. If we didn't have them, we'd be dead.
And it's not like the Midwest where a rainy day, it rains all day and it's gray and it's depressing. We have an hour maybe of a pop-up shower. We know it's coming, 2 to 3. Take your umbrella.
And it looks like the world is going to end.
It does. And it's like terrifying. When you first move here, you're like, oh, sweet Jesus, what's happening? Yeah, and then the rest of people are like, just wait. Like, this is every day. It's going to be normal to you in a week or 2. And now I've been, I don't know. I feel like a Floridian.
Yeah, you pretty much are. You're good.
Now, what does Floridian mean? It doesn't matter like where you're from, just as long as you're a weirdo.
I think like if you got 20 years in, you're good. Are you getting close to that?
I am. I'm getting very close.
Yeah, so you're good. I would consider you good. I think if you're a Floridian, once you quit saying they do it like this up north, I think that makes you a Floridian. So that pisses me off. Yeah. It's like, go fucking back where you're from and go back up there and do it the way you did it.
Although I have to say, barbecue down here cannot compare.
No, I mean, city. Yeah, I think it's like saying, lobster,
right?
Is the same. It's different. It's different.
And it's all they have. So I don't want to steal that from Kansas City.
That's all. Maine has that too. We have this lobster. We have lobster and seafood chowder.
Yep.
Got clam chowder.
No thanks.
You don't like it?
So what do the Orthodox Jews do up there in Maine? You can't have shellfish, right?
Oh, I don't know how that works.
So not a lot of Orthodox Jewish communities.
Is it meat potatoes
that are working the lobster?
Meat
is that
potatoes.
A boat that gets lobsters? How do you
boats? Yeah, no, the lobsters
the
usually.
How do you catch a lobster?
No, usually lobsters just walk up on shore and you grab them.
So like the Pied Piper.
Go out there and tell that to the lobsterman, right?
And then the lobsters come up.
How do they do that? They just come up and no, they go out and they put traps in.
Think about that. If the military could take some of those mind control things, like the different wavelengths that they have that go into your brain, and they could just control the lobsters and have them walk right up on the shore, that would be like just right up to the restaurant.
Just think how much. Yeah. In the pot.
Yeah.
Jump in.
Where's the butter?
Where's the butter? This guy, we go here and Collier County Sheriff's Office said that Michael Marola, 31 of, I think, Golden Gate Estates, was stopped around 12:30 a.m. in the morning, obviously, real early. Anything after 12 is usually no good. So this guy gets stopped. He's driving a black GMC Sierra pickup truck, and he gets arrested for having a baby alligator, drugs in the truck, and he looks like he's had a rough day. So I think we got a little picture of him. We got a picture of Michael. Yeah, he looks like he maybe.
Yeah, his drug of choice is methamphetamine. And that doesn't ever do your face any favors.
It usually is kind of rough on you. Kind of looks like an old, he looks like he's stuck in the 80s. And he's 31 years old.
Out. I feel sorry for he's 31. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 31.
He looks like he's 55.
Yeah, I don't. Michael.
It's terrible.
Time to tighten it up.
But also, what was he going to do with that gator? Is that part of the intake process? Can you, with your sheriff's department connections, find out what that report says his plans were going to be for that gator?
Well, I don't know if they'll have the plans, but he maybe we'll have to do a little research on that. But
why are we not interviewing people like right after they do the mugshot? They just come like we could just have set up.
Well, let's see if we can get him on. Let's see if we can get him on.
There.
Let's see if we can hit him up on Instagram and see. Hey, Michael, what were you gonna do?
Who knows this guy?
We obviously know we need to get you some help, right? But You're probably not a bad young man.
It was not his first time with
Right.
law enforcement, but they did find some drugs on him. And so, so no judgment. You're making some bad choices. We hope you get it together, but you can't just be kidnapping gators, Michael, and having weird plans with them. I don't know what you were going to do, but I don't think it was good.
Baby alligator and illegal materials were in the vehicle. Not good.
Illegal materials. Well, he had 2 guns.
Yeah.
So he's shooting meth with live gators and 2 guns. That is as Florida as it gets.
I was just going to say, that's a Floridian.
Yes.
That's a Floridian.
I had no idea what your segue was to the story. Now I get it.
Oh, no.
It was a little late.
Yeah.
But it came at the end. It all wrapped up.
Yeah. Now, one thing we do is we do 239 and beyond, right?
Yes.
So we know there's plenty of stories in the 239, and we could probably keep you very entertained in the 239.
Also about a lot of people we know, and so we do hide news stories about people that we know.
We do hide news
stories. Admit that.
Yeah, we got to do that. And I do not know the masturbating frigging guy from Bonita, but let's go out. Let's shoot this one out. We get a little video because it's law enforcement related. This girl, she said she got out of a DUI, put it all over social media because she flirted with the deputy. And she said she blew a 3.8, which 3.8, you're going to be dead. I mean, it's just,
That is not, it is what, 0.7 or 0.8? That's the
0.08 is the prima facie evidence. Now you can get charged with less, but 0.08, and that's usually a couple, 2-3 beers in about an hour period.
Yeah, you're altered at that point.
Yeah, you're like,
so having the blood alcohol content that she claimed, you would be like,
you'd be in coma.
You'd be pissing your pants.
Probably
they're pumping your stomach.
Yeah, you're fudged.
Not good.
Yeah.
But so then, so she tries to act all tough against law enforcement. Thanks for setting that tone, whatever your name is. And then she got busted because, of course, she put the video out. So it's no longer like you can just lie to your circle of friends. Now it's everybody knows what you're doing. Yeah,
no, it's crazy. I think we get the video. Diane,
I got out of a DUI and got let off with a warning.
Could it be true? Did this teen really flirt her way out of a DUI?
No DUI for me, bitches. I just got out of a she's really toxic and he dumped me.
She even says she failed a breathalyzer, but instead of arresting her, she claims the cop asked her out.
I blew 3.8. He let me off with a warning. And gave me his number and said we should meet for coffee or lunch.
Oh my God. That little evil. Can you imagine if they didn't have a video to back it up?
Yes, this is exactly why I have always pushed for body cams. And it is because I am pro law enforcement. And most of the time, you and I have talked about this. Most of the time, the cameras will back up the officer.
Yeah, they will.
It's for their benefit. It's not so much for, the dumbass citizen that likes to lie so that they don't go to jail.
Yeah, because those officers are, I will tell you, are there officers that sometimes are not professional? I would say yes, but I would say that that's a small minority, less than 1%.
Right.
These guys and gals that go out and do this every night, they're doing the right thing. And this girl, obviously flag 3.8, like you said, she'd be in a coma and done.
Okay, but here's the problem: is somebody raised her to be this way. You don't just have normal parents that are respectful and community driven that have a spoiled little brat for a child. That doesn't really happen. They have their own personalities.
But I'm thinking that
this personality.
I'm thinking I like to talk to their parents. Probably want to choke them out too.
This has been a nurtured thing with her, and so I think part of the punishment should be should have to go through parenting classes, or maybe share with the world their parenting advice so we can use it as what not to do. We can't just keep churning out assholes, and that's what this is. She created a whole issue and really could have created a problem for an officer and his professional, career and reputation, had they not had that documented.
Yeah, but to echo what you're saying, the apple usually does not fall far from the tree. Now, I have seen kids that are true asshole kids that got great parents. Now that does happen. So, I'm not saying in this case that's the situation, but
I was one of those kids. I just did whatever I was going to do. I came out of the womb that way. I was not so much, the product of my parents. And I agree with you. I've seen kids like that, but I think this in particular, this is not rebellious, drug seeking, violent. This is just spoiled. So this is something that they have done to her. You have ruined your children whoever these parents are.
Well, and I think that social media gravity, because I read a little bit about it. She was like remorseful, supposedly, because
she was caught.
Yeah, she was caught, and she's like, I really wanted to just pump up my, social media and want this to go viral. And
everybody is trying to be the most interesting, so they have to now make shit up.
Yeah. We don't make it up, but we're trying to be interesting.
But, 2, 3, 9. But you know what the secret is it's not all about you. Like, here we are, we're talking about other people because that's what's interesting. It's the world going on around you. So assholes like that find out very quickly nobody is really that interested in you. Yeah. Except for when you lie, and now we all think you're an asshole.
You screw up like that. Yeah. So I this next story, I'm going to let you do this one because I'm a little embarrassed on that one. So, Bonita Springs, man. So, tell us what happened.
Diana, can we roll this video?
I gotta give you a little bit of this for that. Yeah, that's a good. Shannon wants this video. The first thing she said is, I need to get this video.
I need this video.
What's the story about, Diana? I didn't throw this one up. This is the one, the flight, the one from the flight. Yeah, there you go.
So this guy was 76, and I just have to give him props for being proud enough of what he has going on to even bring it out. But then also you've got to beat this perverted motherfucker down because we have
pun intended.
We have got to stop. Like, why do men think it's okay to just pull out their penis and touch it? Like, do you ever see women do that? Like, have I ever just walked into the studio and pulled my pants down and started touching my vagina?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. I know it's probably encouraged, but that is like, it is just such a weird thing to think that this is not a sexual thing, right? This is a control thing. This guy is just trying to, I don't know,
freak out the fucking girl next to him, the poor 21-year-old girl.
That really is what it is. So this is not, I'm joking about it because we're doing a show, but it really is a control thing. This was a 21-year-old that was sitting, and you're right next to somebody in that plane. So she's probably, 6 inches maybe from his 6 inches, and she has to look at it,
which makes 12.
And he didn't just pull it out. It says masturbating. So that implies there was some type of action happening.
Yeah, Bonita Springs man is facing charges of allegedly masturbating on the flight between Newark to Boston, or from Newark to Boston. So that's kind of, if you're familiar with that flight, that's an up and down.
And that's terrible. And he touched her. So, he did. So what do you do at that point? Do you hit the button and wait for someone to
pull a Will Smith?
Do you, do you just start like smacking the shit out of this guy? Yeah. Are you, if I'm in the aisle, then of course I'm going to get up, but where is she like stuck in the window seat? Again, we need exit interviews. As soon as they're arrested, we need to be interviewing them and finding out what really happened.
Or victim interview on this.
We need a reenactment.
Yeah. Did you?
I need a reenactment. I'm 76. Do you know how long he has been pulling out his ding dong and trying to show it to girls?
Well, maybe it's a medical condition.
Ding dongitis. Really?
Well, from the story, I read a couple of, I think it was like a three series deal. I think it was like 3 times. They had to tell him put it back. Like 3 times.
Like really, you had to wait for 3 strikes.
Hey Donald, put it back.
Chances.
Hey, Donald, put it back. Put it back now.
Come on, 3 chances. That is no.
Did you just say?
I'm speechless to think that this even happened in that way.
Yeah, no. Can you imagine that though? Like, but you're familiar, Newark, New Jersey to Boston. That's really just
that's a very short flight.
Short flight. Poor girl though. If that was my daughter, I'd be so god dang pissed people do something like that. I don't know if the guy's got something.
Oh, well, and it also says that she recorded a 24-second video of him fondling himself.
That's what you're trying to get your hands on.
So
and the video too.
That was pretty witty. But 24 seconds is a long time to watch an old man masturbate next to you on a plane.
What you do with the video?
Was he performing for her? Was he like, oh yeah, like get this angle? Like, how did he think that was going down? Because again, you're right next to them. So if I'm recording you, you know it. Is she being sneaky with their phone? Like, oh, I'm going to get evidence of this guy and then press the call button.
Well, it's the same thing as a flasher, right? We talked about it before. I don't understand it. You got to go up and go like this and then take off running. What do you think these people are going to come running to you?
I've waited this whole time for you to make a joke about how they don't allow nuts on planes anymore.
Nuts are allowed on planes.
But you're not going to make it, so I'll just make it for you.
They let all kinds of nuts on these planes. Jeez. But no, it's crazy. It's crazy what people will do.
But really, they don't give you peanuts anymore because of allergies. But I guess you
Is that
just
true?
pull your balls right out and nobody's allergic to that. So that's fine.
Well, one thing I did notice, the guy was 76. So he's probably a little bit young for you, but
And I do have a penis allergy too.
You do. You do. You have a penis.
I've developed it later in life. Strawberries and penises, no more.
Shannon, you never cease to amaze me. That's why I love it.
So also speaking of genitalia, can I just say that on Friday's show, I think after Friday's show, we were having a small discussion about Kegel exercises and how I'm very proud to be a lifelong Kegel exerciser.
That's like bowling, right?
It is. It's very similar to bowling.
Is it Kegel or Kegel?
But with an accent.
Okay.
So, but no, what's important because, Diana is much younger and she is probably not having these conversations.
She probably does not want
right.
to.
She does not want to. So I'm going to have it with
Livingston.
you while she's in earshot. But it's important for women. We have this idea that these Kegel exercises are for the man's don't you cut my mic are for the man's benefit. And that is not true. It's a very important muscle that you should be working so that, you can cough or sneeze after you have children and not pee yourself. It all kind of goes together. So that is my PSA for today. Kegels.
I think it's more for the man.
See, that's what I'm saying. This is the problem with society. But really, if I say Kegel, everybody thinks, oh, she's trying to exercise her muscles to be better at sex. Can it just be so we can push out a baby and then hold our urine as we're older? Is that okay if we do that for our own selves? I'm smashing the patriarchy just one episode at a time.
Probably do a diaper. Probably what's going to happen to me.
Why would that happen to you?
Well, I don't know what exercise I can do.
But you've already had COVID twice. And so we've established that you've lost all that vascular structure
in
your
good.
penis.
I'm good. I'm very good.
COVID penis is a real thing. We'll start a nonprofit for you.
So listen, check this one out. Mother sees son on news 1 year after reporting him missing. I got to segue over to this. Okay. Yeah. So the mother, believe it or not, the mother was, an image of a teen reunited with his dog captivated the heart of millions. The photo did the exact thing for a Mississippi woman, but a different reason. A 17-year-old who was not being named by Nexstar, which is the news, surrendered his dog, Jada, to the animal shelter. He told the shelter they lived under a bridge and said that he had trouble providing for the dog's needs. He wasn't able to watch her while she left. Excuse me, the search for her for work. So no, this is kind of interesting, right?
Kegels, so you didn't just pee yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't piss myself on the floor. But no, is that crazy? Like this kid's been living homeless, and he probably doesn't want his mother to know.
And I joke around a lot, and I am a little cold-hearted when it comes to other people, but I am a mom, and it makes me really cry thinking about this poor mother not knowing where her child is, and he's living under a freaking bridge. And then his love for this animal is what, put him in the limelight so that his mother could be reunited. So I hope that he was not being molested at home and that he's going to return to a good situation, because we really only know half of the story. He could have been, really being sodomized and abused. And she's like, oh, I'm so glad to find you. And he's like, shit, now I got to find another bridge.
Of course, that's speculation, but we don't know for sure.
This is hard-hitting news. All of this has been documented.
Yeah, no,
all
that's
of it's
good.
been vetted.
But
really, that's how news stories are. Like, you think, oh, that's so sweet, and then you find out what really happens behind the scenes.
Maybe, he was probably hiding from his mother for the last year after she reported him missing. Yeah,
I don't know, but he had a dog.
Yeah,
how many homeless people have dogs? A lot of them. The ones that choose to be homeless and kind of have a system of how to survive, I think.
Yeah, and I think Naples in Southwest Florida, the 239 Fort Myers, there's a strong or a lot of people down here are homeless, but a lot of them are living. That's the way they want to be.
They live in the woods rather than
because they can do it because
shelter.
of weather, right? Correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, but what can we really do about the homeless population out there when they do choose to be out there? How much are we enabling maybe a sanitation problem or a safety issue, and how much are we just trying to, be our brother's keeper and love one another? I mean, what are we allowed to do with the homeless? There are laws against helping homeless because it does encourage it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think law enforcement goes in and talks to these guys and gals regularly.
I'm sure they love
do,
that.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Do they go in uniform?
They
Because
do
that would be scary.
Yeah, they do sometimes. They do a count
for them
to see how many homeless are in the community.
Well, I know we've done that with the veterans.
Yeah, so with the a large portion of our homeless population do have a military tie some way. So we try to get that number. We ask them, say, here's a card, here's information. We want to do everything we can to try to help you out. We know, times are tough, but you're right. Like a lot of these people choose to live there in that environment, and
they can't handle people in the system.
If you would want to give them a house, or if you would want to try to get them, going, that might not be the direction they're wanting to do right now.
Yeah, Kansas City, which is different weather, as you pointed out, at least Florida is a little more tolerable for these people. Kansas City has a tiny home village for veterans that have been homeless to try to transition them. But it's in a shit neighborhood, and it's kind of depressing to look at. And, the thinking is that they're all going to be together and support each other. And that I have seen that work really well, like particularly in the cannabis industry. It's very highly regulated, and veterans do well with highly regulated industries. But if you get, 4 out of your 6 crew members have PTSD and they all have a bad day at the same time, what are you going to do about that?
Yeah, could be difficult.
So that's going to be a rough neighborhood also, right?
Yeah. And, the answer to homelessness is real tough. I have started to see a lot of panhandling going on in the county.
Yeah.
And you feel for those people, but it's like right now we discussed, I saw this guy with his whole family the other day, and he's like standing in a place where a panhandler would not normally be. And the guy, like he could stand up, and he was in pretty good shape, young. He was probably 35, 40 years old. Right now, every place you go, if you want to, go in and get your job, you can make $500 or $600 a night in some cases.
You can run food, wash
you
dishes.
can run. Yeah. I mean, there's like ways you can truly. Now, are you going to be living, in the best part of Naples? Maybe not, but you can, you can put food on your, family's table, and standing out, on the road and begging, and your kids right there watching the whole thing. I mean, that's going to be a bad cycle.
Yeah.
I feel bad for, the whole situation, but you really want to pick these people up and say, hey, there's an alternative. I mean, I don't know what your circumstance is. You seem like a pretty good guy or gal or whatever. And there's a lady out there on.
Well, and I've seen people before that might do like a bottle of water and a card that has resources on it. Like, here's the number to the shelter. Here's the number to, VA or whatever. And so do you think that's kind of the way to go? Like, I'm trying to help you. And so here's some resources. But if they just want cash to, buy drugs or and some of these people maybe need it, but now we have these panhandlers that are getting into brand new SUVs, and so even the beggars can't make an honest living anymore. Yeah,
I think that they're legitimately in need of funds and money and things like that. The problem is like you need to probably like seek a place where you can go work and be consistent, and you can make some really good money just showing up for work in Naples, Florida.
And we do have nonprofits, a lot of them in Collier County, and some that do help out, the working poor. Yeah. So you can work and get some assistance and try to pull that together.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of very good resources for us in Collier County. I just think if you roll up with a bottle of water and a card, it's probably been given to them before, maybe not, but they're aware of some of those things out there. But I just think it's getting out of that grind, I guess, and willingness to go do that. Because I think the first time you do that is going to be one of the most difficult, degrading things. But it's kind of like when you get into that rut and you're going to go out and get probably $100 to $200 a day doing it. You're like, this is what I'm going to do.
I've just always been more resourceful, not always legal, but more resourceful.
Oh, Shannon, tell us a little bit.
And it does. I do in my podcast, but it does break my heart that the kids are watching that they're not watching a better role model.
Absolutely.
And it is a mindset thing. You don't get out of poverty and struggle just with somebody handing you money. You really have to change your mindset and your way of life, I think.
Yeah,
I just want to help the world. I don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, it's tough.
I just roll up my window and look forward, and I'm like, oh God, I feel like such a dick. Why, I don't know what to do.
I just don't. I mean, I don't think by giving them truly handing out money to them is the answer. But it's tough, especially when you're like your life is pretty good and you're squared away and you got things rolling. Does it have up and downs? Absolutely, but I think it makes it a little bit difficult.
But you also don't have to verbally abuse them, because I've seen people throw things at panhandlers or scream. Like, that's not necessary.
I do want to say that, hey, listen, they're hiring. They're hiring. A lot of people are hiring. Everywhere I go, there's signs everywhere. Every place I go, they're shutting down early because they don't have people working.
But what if you don't have a place to live and you don't have a car and you don't have a shower and you don't have a phone that they can call you back? Like, do you think that's definitely,
that definitely plays into it?
Of getting a job? Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the answers are, but
it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Anyway, what's going on this week real quick? And I know we're going to be back on Friday.
Yeah,
we're good on Friday. I'm going to be gone for a week, so you can choose to come in and do it. I'm going to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, I love the Grand Canyon.
And we're going to do it upright. We're going to get the helicopter tour. Really? We got that. We got the mules to go down there. We got all kinds of stuff.
Us. Oh, that's going to be so fun.
I'm going to have a good time. I'm going with John Lika and his wife Eva and Alex. We're going to go there and just have a good time. I've been to the Grand Canyon before, but never like to the rim and looked over. I've been to like the Hoover Dam portion and all that stuff.
Like, I've done that too, but I've not done the helicopter and the mule. That's we're going to
do it right. We're going to go to Scottsdale, Sedona, and I guess we got a really cool place.
And the Jeep hotel tour? Was you doing a Jeep
we'll
tour?
Probably do whatever comes up. But we have the mule and the helicopter already booked. That's done deal.
All right, good. Do you have a travel agent that you use for that?
No, I think Eva, of course. So she went ahead and did all this stuff. Yeah, so
because travel agents have like the inside scoop on.
I know, and they can get things that you can't.
And
get.
It doesn't always cost you a lot of money.
Yeah. Maybe I need to look into that.
We'll talk offline.
But Eva was super good. So anyway, so I can't really think of too much. We're gonna be back on Friday, so it's gonna be fun.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll try to stay out of trouble until then.
Yeah. So
no baby alligators and methamphetamine for me.
No baby alligators, no meth.
Kegels.
Maybe a little bit of flying and maybe doing inappropriate things. I don't know. Maybe that's what you're doing.
I'll flirt with cops for real.
Yeah.
I don't have to lie about it.
There you go. Shannon Livingston. Everything Southwest Florida. 239 and beyond. And we are, if I don't do this, I get in a lot of trouble.
I'm like,